Let's just all sit with this comment for a minute. Talking about the problem apparently will never solve it. Talking about something means that you don't understand it enough to deal with it. You are part of the problem. Saying that me educating others and talking about my own personal experiences with narcissistic abuse and borderline personality disorder and all the things that I talk about here on my page, saying that me talking about it makes me part of the problem doesn't make sense at all. Is this how you deal with things across the board in your life? You think that having conversations about things doesn't help to solve the problem? In my experience, not talking about it exacerbates the problem. Bringing more light and awareness to something does actually help to solve the problem, because then other people can see what the problem is and they can decide for themselves if they want to have toxic or narcissistic people in their life. I really don't understand the sentence of talking about something means that you don't understand it enough to deal with it. I feel quite the opposite. I felt like I couldn't talk about it when I first started learning about narcissistic abuse, toxic people, borderline personality disorder. I had a lot of difficulty talking about it when I first learned about it because I didn't know very much about it. But then educating myself and reflecting upon things that happened in my life brought me much more clarity. It brought me much more understanding. I don't understand what universe and what reality someone can live in where they think that talking about something doesn't solve anything. Certainly actions are what solve things, absolutely. But the way that actions happen are once people talk about things and they say, hey, this is how we can move forward. This is how we can do things differently. And then things start getting solved. When I first started speaking out publicly on TikTok about my experiences with narcissistic abuse, all the people surrounding my abuser who were closer to my abuser came to me and said, you need to stop. You're hurting the abuser. Think about that for a minute. I need to stop talking about the abuse that the abuser inflicted upon me because it's hurting the abuser. It's embarrassing to them. I was asked by my narcissistic ex when I was leaving to never tell anybody what he did to me. He asked me in so many words. Who does that protect? Does that protect the abuser or does that protect the victim? So saying that I am part of the problem because I am speaking about the abuse that the abuser did to me protects the abuser. And if that's problematic, I don't care. I think that the topic of narcissistic abuse is not spoken about enough. I'm not part of the problem. I'm part of the solution.